Minasan. It's time for these series to finally live up to their name. I scoured the depths of deep space and have assembled for you a collection of 10 apps that can hardly be called apps. These apps are so pointless that they deserve their very own app folder and, of course, a dedicated movie. However, you may find some of them genuinely beneficial for reasons beyond comprehension. Plus, they are actively developed, so they have the potential to transform from useless to helpful. That's exactly the case with number 10 on our list. Identity was supposed to be an app to easily compare videos and spot the differences. Having each video to play on its own tab wasn't very helpful though. Latest release features a side-by-side option and makes this app from super crap to super sweet. We can add more than 2 media, and it works for images too. This next app might provide a menu button on header bar, but not window controls. If we go to preferences though, we'll find an option to restore controls back, and that is something I've never ever seen in any other app before. As for what it does, if you want to convert your voice frequencies into musical notes, then Chromatic is precisely what you need. Of course, it will take any input from your microphone, but that doesn't make it any less weird. From the same developer, we have 2 more Gnome apps. One for extracting colors from images, and the other is using Image Magic API and applies various effects to photos. Meanwhile, the previous 2 apps were written in Rust, but this one is on Python. You want to put an emoji to GPT, so you open the app, with click the emoji is copied, but the app window disappears as well. Since nobody adds just a single emoji, you have to repeatedly reopen the app, copy the emoji, and reselect the text entry, which is quite frustrating. The app may be called Smile, but it practically makes you want to cry. And the fact that Gnome still lacks an emoji picker in 2023 is utterly unacceptable. The app has 3 modes. In the first mode you can select between 2 numbers, but you can't have 2 choices in case you play with dice. In the roulette mode, it's even impossible to understand how it works, and you won't spend an extra second trying to figure it out. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the single most boring coin flipping experience ever in any universe. If you could somehow install this app on everyone's device, be it a PC or phone, you would realize that 10 years later, no one would have used it even once. But if you had to use it just this one time, I would play a traditional 4-4-2 with Georges with opposite foot to play the full lane. I have no idea what this app does, but it mentions something about creating app images. Come on. We need to kill the app images concept, not encouraging it. Most chess players nowadays have never touched or rarely touch a physical board. But if you do, Gnome has you covered. Then again, how likely is it for 2 people to be in the same place, at the same time, know chess, want to play chess, have a board, and also have a Gnome phone? This app is actually the reason for this episode. I needed a sample text, and I remembered I had seen it on FlatHub. OMG. It couldn't possibly be more useless. But it's also a good example how apps can use AI everywhere and for everything. Okay, GPT is overdramatic here, but it provides genuine text that is more appropriate for typography, and it can also be used for audio purposes, which was my original need anyway. This app is both amazing and useless at the same time. It's like awesomely purposeless. However, I'd like it to look a bit less generic. Maybe with more telegraphic graphics, and of course, coming with the appropriate sound effects. In the meantime, Telegraph had its first release only 3 days ago, and a day later, the first issue was to rewrite it in Rust. Ha! And so, that was everything for now. See you next Tuesday with another episode. Mera mera.